The humid jungles of Vietnam were a deadly battleground, where survival often hinged on split-second decisions and unrelenting firepower. At the heart of many firefights stood the M60 machine gun, an instrument of both destruction and salvation. It earned the nickname the Pig for its weight, but to the soldiers who carried it, the M60 was far more than just a heavy burden. It was their lifeline in the chaos of war. However, being an M60 gunner wasn't for the faint of heart. These soldiers were the first to be targeted, knowing that their position could shift the tide of battle in mere moments. If you're fascinated by stories like these, don't forget to subscribe for more insights into the weapons and warriors that shaped history. Let's dive into the story of the M60. The birth of the M60. After World War II, the US military recognized the need for a more effective machine gun. The German MG-42 and MG-34 had proven the power of general-purpose machine guns, inspiring the United States to develop its own. This led to the creation of the M60, a weapon designed to provide unmatched firepower in the dense, unforgiving jungles of Vietnam. The M60 was chambered for the 7.62 by 51mm NATO round, which offered superior range and stopping power compared to the standard M16 rifle. Its purpose was clear: to suppress enemy forces, protect advancing troops, and secure victory in close-quarters combat. From its very inception, the M60 was built for a specific mission, and its performance would soon become legendary. The design of the M60 incorporated features from several earlier machine guns. The feed system and quick-change barrel were inspired by the German MG-42, while the firing mechanism drew on elements of the FG-42 paratrooper rifle. This hybrid design resulted in a versatile and powerful weapon that could adapt to the diverse challenges of modern warfare. Despite initial teething problems, the M60 quickly proved its worth in the field, becoming a symbol of American firepower during the Cold War era. Role of the M60 in combat: 2.1 Suppressive fire and squad support. In the chaos of combat, the M60 played a critical role in keeping enemy forces pinned down. By laying down suppressive fire, it allowed squads to maneuver, retreat, or launch counterattacks. The M60's heavy rounds tore through dense foliage and enemy fortifications, making it an indispensable tool for jungle warfare. Suppressive fire wasn't just about volume, but precision. A well-placed burst from an M60 could neutralize an enemy machine gun nest or scatter advancing troops. Gunners were trained to fire in controlled bursts to conserve ammunition and maintain accuracy, a critical skill when every round counted. Suppressive fire also had a psychological impact, demoralizing enemy fighters and giving US forces a tactical edge. 2.2 strategic positioning M60 gunners were often positioned on the flanks of a patrol or at the front during ambushes. These spots provided the widest field of fire, enabling the gunner to cover large areas. However, such positions also made them prime targets, forcing gunners to frequently change locations after firing to avoid incoming enemy fire. Mobility was a matter of survival. In defensive situations, M60s were set up at key choke points or elevated positions to maximize their field of fire. Gunners and their crews often built makeshift firing platforms, using sandbags, logs, or even destroyed vehicles for cover. Such strategic positioning turned the M60 into a force multiplier, capable of holding back enemy advances or securing vital terrain. The power and challenges of the M63.1, firepower and effectiveness. The M60's firepower was both feared and respected. Its 7.62mm rounds delivered devastating impacts, cutting through obstacles and hitting hard. With a rate of fire between 500 and 650 rounds per minute, it could dominate a firefight in seconds, often tipping the scales in favor of US forces. The weapon's versatility also added to its effectiveness. It could be mounted on vehicles, helicopters, or boats, providing suppressive fire in a variety of combat scenarios. Whether in the hands of a foot soldier or mounted as part of a fire support platform, the M60 delivered consistent and reliable results. 3.2. The weight and ammunition burden. Carrying the M60 was no easy task. Weighing 23 pounds, it earned its nickname, the Pig, from those who had to lug it through Vietnam's sweltering heat and dense terrain. However, the weapon's weight paled in comparison to the ammunition it required. Each 100-round belt weighed around 6 pounds, and crews often carried between 1,200 and 4,000 rounds on larger missions. This meant every member of the team bore a share of the load, ensuring the guns stayed ready to fire. The physical demands on M60 crews were immense. Gunners had to navigate through thick jungles, often under enemy fire, while carrying not only the weapon, but also essential spare parts like barrels and cleaning kits. Despite these challenges, the firepower provided by the M60 was well worth the burden, earning the respect of those who relied on it. Risks and vulnerabilities. The M60's power came with a cost. Its operators were prime targets for enemy forces. The Viet Cong and North Vietnamese army quickly learned that silencing the M60 gunner could cripple an American squad's ability to return fire effectively. In ambushes, the first shots were often aimed at the M60, and snipers specifically trained to eliminate machine gunners. The mental and physical strain on M60 crews was immense. Knowing they were marked men, gunners had to maintain focus and composure under constant threat. It was a role that demanded both courage and exceptional skill. The vulnerability of M60 crews also extended to logistical challenges. Ensuring a steady supply of ammunition and spare parts required meticulous planning, especially during long missions deep in enemy territory. Any failure in resupply could leave a squad dangerously exposed, highlighting the critical role of support units in maintaining the M60's operational readiness. Fifth, challenges in maintenance and operation. 5.1 Operational flaws. The M60 was not without its faults. Sustained firing often caused the barrel to overheat, requiring regular barrel changes to prevent malfunctions. Additionally, the weapon was prone to jamming, especially in the harsh jungle conditions where dirt, mud, and rain could infiltrate its mechanisms. One of the most dangerous flaws was running away, where the gun continued firing uncontrollably after the trigger was released. In these situations, the gunner had to wrestle the weapon while the assistant yanked the ammo belt free. It was a terrifying malfunction that could waste precious ammunition or worse, cause friendly fire. 5.2 Maintenance under pressure. Maintaining the M60 required constant vigilance. Gunners meticulously cleaned and oiled the weapon to keep it in working order, but days in the field made this difficult. Training emphasized quick reloading and barrel changes, often under the stress of combat. Experienced crews even practiced assembling and disassembling the weapon blindfolded to simulate nighttime conditions. The harsh environment of Vietnam presented unique challenges. Humidity and monsoon rains could cause rust and corrosion, while sand and mud frequently clogged moving parts. Despite these obstacles, well-trained crews kept their M60s operational, a testament to their skill and dedication. The team behind the gun, an M60 crew typically consisted of the gunner, an assistant gunner, and an ammo bearer, each with specific responsibilities. The gunner operated the weapon, the assistant carried spare barrels and belts, and the ammo bearer hauled boxes of ammunition, earning the nickname, the Mule. Teamwork was essential. Each member had to be ready to support the gunner, reload the weapon under fire, and quickly swap out overheated barrels. Inexperienced teams often made mistakes, such as carrying loose belts that could get tangled or jam the gun. By contrast, seasoned crews ensured every belt was clean and ready, minimizing the risk of failure during critical moments. Beyond their technical skills, M60 crews developed a deep sense of camaraderie. The intense nature of their work forged bonds that often lasted long after their service ended. Stories of shared hardships and triumphs became an integral part of the M60's legacy, reflecting the human element behind the machine. Evolution and legacy of the M60. Over the years, the M60 underwent numerous upgrades to address its flaws. Improved versions like the M60E3 and M60E4 featured lighter frames, better reliability, and enhanced ergonomics. These upgrades ensured the weapon remained a valuable asset in modern combat scenarios. Despite being developed decades ago, the M60 and its modern iterations are still in service today, a testament to its enduring effectiveness. For those who operated it and the enemies who faced it, the M60 remains a symbol of both immense power and unwavering resilience. The M60's influence extends beyond the battlefield. Its iconic design has appeared in countless films, documentaries, and video games, cementing its place in popular culture. Conclusion: the M60 machine gun was more than just a weapon. It was a lifeline for American soldiers in the Vietnam War. Its firepower, though unmatched, came at a cost, as gunners faced immense risks and physical demands. Yet, through teamwork, training, and determination, these soldiers wielded the M60 to its full potential, often turning the tide of battle. The legacy of the M60 lives on, not only in its modern variants, but also in the stories of those who carried it through some of history's most harrowing battles. For anyone eager to understand the tools and tactics of war, the M60 remains an enduring symbol of courage and firepower.